Hey everyone, it's Marcus with the Best Buy blog. Today I'm going to be reviewing this, the Logitech Vertical Lift mouse. This is an ergonomic mouse that's meant to make your experience in front of your computer much more comfortable. In this review, I'll be discussing the Vertical Lift's design, connectivity, battery life, day-to-day use, and of course sharing my final thoughts. Let's start off by talking about the design. The design of the Logitech Vertical Lift is interesting. Right away, you'll notice that this mouse has a vertical design, which is different from all the other horizontal mice on the market. As you can see, the test unit I have here is a right-handed unit. Unlike some of the mice, the design of the Logitech Vertical Lift is not swappable between left and right-handed users. This means that when purchasing this mouse, you'll need to make sure that you've selected the correct hand. Looking at the body is all plastic with the palm rest coated in a rubberized texture for a better grip. When it comes to buttons on the Logitech Vertical Lift, in addition to your standard scroll wheel, your left and your right click, the Logitech Vertical Lift has two more programmable buttons near your thumb. There's also a DPI button on the top here, which allows you to control the mouse speed. In terms of connectivity, the Vertical Lift has dual connectivity options. This allows you to connect up to 3 devices. The first connectivity uses a 2.4 GHz band, which is connected using a USB-A receiver. The second connectivity option is done using Bluetooth. Using Bluetooth, you're able to connect to another 2 devices. Changing the Vertical Lift's connection is as simple as pressing the button on the bottom of the mouse here. A single press automatically changes the mouse from the first connection to the next connection, and another press there changes it to the third connection. This is incredibly simple and makes it easy for you to swap between devices. On to the battery life. The battery life of the Logitech Vertical Lift is unbelievable. According to Logitech, the Vertical Lift has a battery life of 2 years on a single AA battery. Now when it comes time to actually swapping out the battery is easily swapped out. Logitech made an incredibly simple design for the battery door here. You simply press down on the battery door and it immediately pops open. How's this possible? Well, Logitech decided to use magnets to keep the battery door in place. All I have to say is that this is a great design, and I actually wish other manufacturers did this. So how does this mouse do when it comes to your day-to-day use? Well, when I first saw the Vertical Lift, I actually thought it would take me a lot more time to get used to this design. I was actually surprised to find out that there was little to no adjustments needed. Within seconds of using the Vertical Lift, I was comfortable and doing the same actions on my computer as if I was using a regular mouse. This is because when you're holding the Vertical Lift, all the buttons are in the same place as if you were holding any other mouse. When you compare the Vertical Lift to your standard mouse, you'll almost immediately notice that the Vertical Lift does weigh more. This means that when you first use this mouse, it will take you a little bit more effort to get used to moving the mouse around. When it comes to the buttons, Logitech designed the Vertical Lift to be silent. Button presses are barely audible. Similarly, the scroll wheel is quiet and still sensitive to your commands. Overall, Logitech clearly put a lot of thought into the design and the use of the Vertical Lift. The mouse has a very small learning curve and is immediately comfortable when you're using it. Of course, this wouldn't be a review if I didn't try gaming on this little mouse here. And although the Vertical Lift is not designed for gaming, I had to give this a shot. Surprisingly, the mouse did well during casual gaming. This is thanks to the 3 key buttons. The first 2 are the customizable buttons here on the thumb, the front and the back here, and the DPI button, which allows you to set the mouse sensitivity. Overall, I'm happy to say that for light and casual gaming, the Vertical Lift will do just fine. Let's talk a little bit about Logitech's Logi Options Plus software. When you plug in the Logitech Vertical Lift for the first time, you'll be prompted to download this software. Installing this software does have a key feature that I really like. In the Logi Options Plus software, you can customize the mouse buttons to perform different actions depending on what application you're using. This is a fantastic feature that brings a new level of convenience to your day-to-day activities. Alright, time for my final thoughts. I really enjoyed my time here with the Logitech Vertical Lift mouse. While the design is a departure from the traditional mouse designs, the Vertical Lift is easy to pick up and use. On top of that, I liked all of its silent button presses, the long battery life, and the ability to connect to multiple devices. In my time with this mouse, my hand and my arm remained comfortable, and I even found myself preferring to use the Vertical Lift over my traditional mouse. If you're in the market for a new mouse and are looking for something that's comfortable, I highly suggest checking out the Logitech Vertical Lift. Well, that's all for today, everyone. If you'd like to know more about the Logitech Vertical Lift mouse, you can check out my full review on the Best Buy blog. If you'd like to know what else I'm up to, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at pewx31, or follow me on Facebook and YouTube at pewx3. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.